Welcome to Collector Chatter. We have new Funko NFTs. It's Batman 85 years. They've been selling out. Will this one sell out as well?
Collecting is the way.
Now let's chat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Collector Chatter. This is episode 101. We're now on the other side of this.
Yes.
What is this milestone, centennial, whatever episode? And we're going into the next episode, which this one's going to be very like news and even some rumors and leaks.
We got a lot going
on. Yeah, a lot of stuff was announced within the last week, which is pretty wild. Excuse me and my voice because I don't really have a voice anymore. It was my birthday. It was actually my birthday 2 days ago. And yeah, I was at the UFC fight screaming like crazy. It was nuts. So yeah, I don't have a voice. So hopefully you guys can hear me. If not, come over to YouTube and read my lips. But we'll get right into it, guys. So hopefully you guys had a really good week. And leading into this, I know I had a really good week, and we're in June already, which is kind of nuts. But
it's crazy.
Yeah, we want to start off with the NFT stuff, right? Because that was like the big thing. I said it in the intro. We have more NFTs, and it's DC. It's Batman. 85 years is the actual like what they're terming it, because it's a combination of different types of Batman stuff. But right off the bat, what are you guys' thoughts on the set? And then we can kind of go into like the redeemables and what we think is going to happen with this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll kick it off. Like, I think the set's pretty cool. You know, when I first saw it, the first thing that jumped to my mind was like, they look a little different. And I think Funko, if I'm reading into it correctly, is, you know, they went and kind of, it's all the suits. The way if I interpret it, is as if they're just like kind of hanging up in the Batcave and all the heads are clear. It's because you're just supposed to kind of see the face masks and whatnot, which I think is super cool. They're all glow in the dark, which is also, you know, Funko's been adding that a little bit to the NFTs, but like they're all it. We get a Freddy here too. I actually think this set is pretty cool and will be underrated. I feel like there's been a little bit of hate online about it. It's not as hyped as the past few drops, but I'm a fan. What do you think, Trey?
I definitely agree. Again, we've talked about it before where I'm not a huge DC fan at all, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go for them, but I definitely do like these, especially the glow in the dark aspect. And then for me, the Freddy Funko, I don't know if I've said it before, but I am kind of like a Nightwing fan. I do like that one a lot because I actually have, surprisingly, in my whole collection, I do have the Nightwing from NYCC a few years, was it last year or 2 years ago? So it's pretty funny.
Years ago, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I do like that one a lot out of all of them, but that's just me. Now, I do have a question. Is it going to be like a deluxe, like how it has like a display in the background, or is that just...
It's funny. I feel like that's what some people are asking. I don't think they are. I just think they kind of gave it that look, which is what they should have done for the Star Wars ones, if I'm being honest. Like, they don't need to be in a deluxe box.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. It kind of looked like that a little bit. That's why I was kind of like asking.
Yeah, but I don't think so.
But even like when it shouldn't have been in a deluxe box, like sometimes they've come in a deluxe box, like the Star Wars. So it is kind of weird. Like, I really hope they're not, but they did kind of announce the Star Wars ones as deluxe. So I would assume they would have done that with this. The only one they didn't ever do that was with the damn elf one that happened to just come
the
randomly.
Buddy girl.
Yeah, which is so weird. But yeah, I agree. I think it's cool. I don't really love that background thing though, if I'm being honest, with the whole like thing. But I guess like Charlie was saying, if they were going for the whole like these are the suits and like they're kind of hung up, like yeah, that's cool. Obviously, Alfred is not obviously a suit, so he's just regular, but he's also in this little like in front of a display type of thing that, you know, Batman or any of these people would be in. And if it's like taking that look, like this is going to be a see-through actual like mold, which they actually did with the Invisible Man pop, it came out pretty sick. It's definitely like straight up see-through, which is really good that they did that, but it's gonna glow. So I feel like that's where it's like kind of weird, like because the Invisible Man one doesn't glow, so for it to glow, it obviously probably is going to be a little bit more like cloudy than you would think it being like straight up clear. I mean, that's just kind of like what I think, because I don't know if they're gonna.
The parts that glow are actually the background of like where the
Okay, so
suit's
none of
being
the
hung.
pop is actually glow.
No.
Okay, because when you see them in that like picture that says that they're glowing, like it looks like the heads kind of glow, but I guess maybe that's because the background, like you were saying, those little things. All right, so if it's that, then that kind of fits more of these are suits. Because I was gonna say if the heads glow and then at night that's glowing, it's like, no, this doesn't look like a suit because you're gonna see just the head versus the opposite, which would be very weird.
Well, it's funny. One thing you mentioned though, which I have to nitpick because I wasn't thinking about this. Alfred should not be in that one. That should have been a normal Alfred pop. That's a miss by Funko.
Yeah, they just put them in the same place as that, which it is odd. But that's obviously like a piece of what they're doing because it's also part of the art on the front of the box. Like it's not like it's just a background, which normally you don't see that in this part. You only see the pop, and then that piece is in the back. So it is a little odd that that's what's obviously meant to be something. And like, yeah, maybe that's that little chamber thing, whatever is what glows. And if that's the case, like, I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't think they necessarily needed that. Could have just went with the actual pops, but I agree. I like them. We're getting the Ultra again, so that seems like it's kind of something going forward. It is going to be the Batman one in this case. That Batman's actually, I think, the animated series Batman.
Yeah.
So you know,
that's what I was looking at too.
Yeah, that one's coming up like that, and then the Alfred one is actually from. Oh, what's the name of that Batman series? I can't remember.
Well, the Alfred one on here, because I'm looking at the picture, it does say the animated series.
Oh, that's animated series too.
The Freddy Funko is from Arkham Asylum. But the Batman, that I don't know that logo. I don't remember that one exactly. It says the new Batman something.
Oh yeah, that one's different. So the animated series one is the Alfred one.
But the other ones don't have what they're from. They just have the Batman symbol.
Yeah, which is usually like the DC regular comic type of thing. But yeah, the Arkham one being the Freddy Funko Nightwing is sick. And I think that one's really cool. Obviously with his hair being like clear when you see him in like the glow, it looks a little weird because he has that little twist thing in the front of his head. But I love that one. I'm going to go after this set. It may not be the most popular set. I mean, it's got a decent amount of likes on like this Tracker's page. So, I mean, people are obviously kind of liking it, but I guess we'll see if it sells out. It does have 18,000 standard and 24,000 premium. This is dropping next week. So, you know, usually when we talk about it, it's usually that week, but this will actually be next week. So look out for it. But yeah, I think it's a cool set. I wanted to bring up the Ultra thing again because it does seem like Funko's going in this route where like they want to guarantee people, not that they're guaranteeing them, but essentially guarantee people that you're going to get something in a redeemable sense. And like, I don't hate that. It does take away from like the whole exclusivity and rarity of having like being the only ones to pull something type of thing. And it's going to be more often that people will pull stuff with a 5,000 piece redeemable. But I mean, I don't know if you guys like that or hate that, but it seems like that's going to be kind of the thing going forward.
I like it because kind of we mentioned last week, it makes it just more accessible. And at least it's a 5,000 piece count. It's more than all the other ones. So it actually now makes the other ones feel a little bit more special. I'm all about it. And it seems like we're probably going to do it for every set going forward. I think it's smart by Funko. The only other thing I wanted to mention though about that Freddy, I know I had said this offline when we were texting at one point, but I didn't even know that was Freddy in the beginning because of the way they look. It just looked like, I mean, it doesn't look from like my first glance of it. I was like, oh, okay, it's a Nightwing pop because it doesn't look that much different than the Robin one. I mean, you obviously see the crown then when you're really looking at it, but it's interesting that the Freddy is that look. I would have assumed maybe they would have went with it being more like the Alfred pop, just like a Freddy.
Instead of the glow, like the see-through.
I mean, it's cool, but like unless you actually are looking at it, and if you don't take it out of the box, you're not even going to probably see the crown. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that. But Trey, what do you think of the Ultra?
The Ultra's pretty good, I guess. Being if you're a huge Batman fan and you definitely want this in your collection, I mean that's a good amount. Um, if it will sell out, I mean, I don't know, but I think the Ultra is pretty cool as far as them doing that more. Hopefully, they can do that with the Ninja Turtles if they ever do one again, a series 2, which I'm hoping.
It's so weird.
Yeah, but I think it's cool. I don't think it's anything. I guess the only reason why I'm kind of like, well, I don't know, because it's stuff I really don't collect. Like the Scooby Doo, it wasn't my thing. Batman, but it's cool that it gives more collectors of Batman or Scooby Doo a better chance of getting it.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I mean we're fans overall, but if you guys are or aren't, definitely let us know down in the comments. You excited for this? Do you think this will sell out? That's a question that's kind of going around. Like, is this not going to sell out? That Funko's been selling out recently, so it's been pretty successful with the drops and what they picked to come out with and the amounts of packs. So I guess we'll see with this whole new, ultra movement and see if this is actually going to be
ultra
popular or not. But I guess we will see going forward. But we'll transition over to some more news and cool stuff that's coming out. I know we wanted to talk about this because we finally were able to see what this looks like. And this, of course, was, if you guys remember, do you guys remember that Upper Deck cards that came out? Like, who knows how long ago? And they, in my opinion, flopped. And I don't know, they just did not do what they were supposed to. Now you could buy them for super cheap. And personally, I never got into them. I think, Charlie, you got a couple packs, right? I never
got one pack.
Yeah, I never wanted to. I didn't like the way the cards looked. To me, they just looked really cheap, and I don't know. I loved the idea when it first came out. We were kind of like super hyped about it, but the execution I just think wasn't really on point. But one thing was kind of cool was there was a chance that if you pulled a Captain America like redeemable card, you were able to redeem it for a physical pop. And I feel like that was like 2 years ago when these damn things came out. At this point, these things are like taking longer than the NFT redeemables to ship.
The thing that's crazy, it hasn't even been a year.
Dude, it feels like so long. I think because the lifespan of that just died. Like out of nowhere. It's like makes it seem like it was around for a long time. It came out
at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh wow! So it hasn't even been a year. Wow, yeah, that's crazy. That was definitely, and it never came out with anything else. So you could tell it definitely wasn't successful enough. But a cool thing is the redeemable is now being shown. I'm assuming, I don't even know if it's being sent to anyone yet, but I'm assuming
I don't think it's
going to be soon.
Yet.
I didn't know they had a chase option. Was that part of the card, or is that just going to be like a random? Okay, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, random, which is cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It is the Infinity Saga, which is what I think all the cards were based out of. And it's, of course, Captain America. He's holding like the shield, like put his head down, eyes closed. A lot of cool things about this pop, personally. I think the eyes closed is like an awesome look because you don't really see that, obviously. Funko Pops. And obviously it's Captain America. It's great scene, great moment. It's got the little Upper Deck sticker on the box, which is cool. And obviously we're going to have a chase option. But what do you guys think about this? Because it seems like it wasn't as exciting when it was first talked about. It was just kind of like, all right, cool, we'll get a pop. No one really knew what it was going to be or like what it really, really was going to look like. And now that we actually see it, are you guys kind of wishing you had more cards to pull that redeemable or what?
Personally, yes.
I only say that because I do. Yeah.
Go,
just because I do have the Captain America pop, the only or other than the Stanley, right? Because this is, I believe, this is from like the movie poster of Captain America.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, So that's where I'm like, okay, this is going to be basically the second pop from the first Avenger, and then of course, obviously, who doesn't love a chase? And now I'm like, man, I should have got some, but I'm sure eventually, I don't think it'll go crazy amount of money, but I'm sure eventually I'll get it. But I do like this one a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. When I saw this pop, I was like, wow, it is special. I mean, some people are acting like it's not, but then you're not really a Marvel fan, in my opinion, if you don't think this pop is sick. Like, I don't think this is a redo mold at all. Like, this is completely original. I love Makes, how you point out, with the eyes closed. And as Trey, you said, like, this is the poster from the first Avenger. There are not a lot of Funko Pops from that movie. I think this is a home run, in my opinion. They are The big mistake they made was they should have showed this way sooner. It would have sold more cards,
Oh yeah,
in
for
my
sure.
opinion. Like,
Yeah,
they should not have made this a mystery.
I was gonna say, like, it definitely should have. Yeah, it would have definitely sold more cards in general, like the packs. And then, because I'm looking like through some of the comments here on Diss Trackers or whatever, and it looks like someone's saying like I can't even redeem mine. So obviously there must have been a certain time that you had to do it by, and I'm assuming if someone pulled it and they didn't decide to redeem it, and then now they're seeing what it looks like it's too late.
It's
It seems
funny
like.
they said that, because I checked, because I was like, I may go buy some packs. It's not until 2025.
Yeah,
So this
I
person's
just saw
lying.
I just saw that comment right now by Diss Trackers. 5/31/25. If you have the card, might as well redeem it right away, so it's done.
Okay, so it's that long
Yeah.
that you have to redeem it, and then they send it. Jeez.
No. I see. I'm
You think
assuming
this is like an ongoing thing? And there's another thing.
Correct.
Is this like limit? I'm assuming there was a certain amount of these cards out there, right? But there's no
Yeah.
piece count to the actual, the box at least.
Which is a mistake.
Yeah,
but
so it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. It's like cool, but at the same time, it's fumbled. Like, it just looks like it's not the way it should have been. Like,
it should have a
rolled
piece
out.
count. Like we said, they should have shown it earlier. It's still up in the air, because I mean, this is still just like the leaked picture. I mean, we know it's real, but Funko has not made an announcement about it. I'm sure when they do, they'll kind of do a push for you to go buy more cards and tell people they have until X time. But in my opinion, I feel like, let's say we have the cards and we redeemed it and they're going to start shipping next month. I think it's going to be done that way. It's not going to be like the NFTs where everyone has to redeem it by a certain time and everyone gets it at the same time.
Okay.
That would be the smart move, in my opinion, because then people, like I said, I've thought about getting more cards. I mean, I'm curious what the value will hold for this Funko Pop.
Same.
Yeah. And especially not having like a legit count. Like, it's going to be interesting to see like what are people going to value this as, because right away they may be like, oh, one of the first people, so it's going to have a crazy price. But if the cards are still available and you can still get it, like, is it really that, like,
it's
special
weird
yet?
Yeah.
So it's
I'm sure they're also going to wait too, because you got to remember the shipping. Just like Drop, they had bad shipping. Upper Deck. If this is the case, if it's coming from Upper Deck, I don't think they have a good credit either as far as shipping, because I think a lot of like the Michael Jordans went Upper Deck. Those
That's
were
a good
damaged
call.
as well.
Like, who will this come from?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping it's Funko.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So, but definitely pretty cool that we're finally seeing it. I like that it has the Upper Deck sticker on it, so it does make it a little different and unique. But something that I completely forgot about, honestly, because when I remember seeing it, I was like, oh, this is a pretty sick pop that's coming out. And then when I saw it said Upper Deck redeemable, I was like, wait a minute, that's what I didn't even connect that's what it was. Because it just seems like it was so long ago. Like I said, that thing just died out and they never came out with another set. So
no,
I don't think they will, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, that was definitely like a really cool little like thing to see and like finally get excited for like Funko. But then, like we said, still a lot of stuff that they messed up with when it comes to it. So it's always something, right? But yeah, that was not the thing that got me the most excited. I didn't want to bring that up, but there was one thing we got to talk about this, because we talked about this leak a while ago, actually. Dude, a while ago. It was super long time ago that we heard about this. Yeah, and then
we're still waiting for the soda.
We were hoping it was going to come out at the convention, New York Comic Con, I think even. It was that long ago. Didn't. Fall time, Halloween, everything went by, and we didn't get anything. Didn't get the soda that we're supposed to get of this goddamn character, which is, of course, Ghostface. But then we got another leak again saying, oh, it's coming soon. We're going to get another new pop. We're going to get a 10-inch version, which that's what I was very excited for. I think there's even like potentially like bloody variants, and then like the soda, like we talked about before. But now we have an actual glam shot in pictures of what this should look like. Again, it's just a picture, so it's not like the actual physical pop. So sometimes these are off a little bit, but for the most part, this is what it's going to look like. And it is, of course, the new Ghostface. We have a regular size, standard size pop, and then the 10-inch version, which they are a little different. Because like the 10-inch one looks like he has kind of the knife more in front of him, whereas the smaller regular version is kind of more to the side. I've been like digging into this pop since we talked about it, because I think Charlie, you were the one that sent it to us, and was like the drop, and right away I kind of had a first initial like thought of it, and I looked into it more, and I've been like doing a lot of digging onto what I think it is. The body I love, honestly. I'm gonna go start off with that. It is more of a different motion, so it isn't like the old one, because I thought it was almost exactly the same.
You know, it's a lot different.
Yeah, the old was literally just a standing with the arms out, old freaking
Funko
mold that they made every single pop in. So this one's like he's moving, like there's a lot of motion and folds and stuff in his suit. So definitely sick. But obviously the big controversy everybody's like kind of going over is like the face and the eyes. It seems like that's kind of what a lot of people are like bashing it on, I guess, because of the eyes and the whole like bulge around the eyes. It obviously looks completely different than the original OG one, like the face.
Yeah.
Which I'm totally okay with, because I'm telling you, I did a lot of digging. I have some exhibits. I have some exhibits that I want to show the class. And the old one actually, in my opinion, doesn't look like the actual Ghostface mask as much as this one does.
100%.
Which is hilarious, because everyone thinks it should look like the old one. So this is a mask, Ghostface mask, because I have one. It's hard to tell with the light and the camera because it's so white, but this literally bulges completely around, and you can see it in person. Like on here, it's very hard to tell, but in person you can tell. I also have this little glow in the dark like figure, also bulges completely around, like it's very obvious, and it looks like what the pop looks like, which is kind of funny because everyone's being like, oh, I don't know what's up with the eyes, it looks crazy, it doesn't look like the original one, the original looks better. And like I get it doesn't look like the original one, but it actually looks like Ghostface. Like that's, now this is just a picture, so the real pop, when it comes out, it may not look as exaggerated with like that part, which I think would be even better, but that's just like my 2 cents. I'm going to get these regardless. I am so hyped for the 10-inch one. I need that 10-inch one like 100%. And I hope they do like a really sick bloody variant or something, or maybe a glow. I don't know if I want a glow, but I'm like very excited for the 10-inch one. But my rambles are done. Obviously, I love Ghostface, so I had to kind of go about it. But you guys,
what do you think about that? It says Ghostface, not Scream, on the box. Did you notice that?
I did not.
That's weird.
Just saw now. So that is odd, but it's like literally like if it's his like branded font though, like it's different.
Cool. I just was surprised.
No, I'm saying what's interesting is like it's different like letters, font, and the F, and the F has blood coming down. So like I don't know if like is that like a font that they brand Ghostface as that's not had to do with Scream. I don't know, maybe, or maybe they don't have like the Scream license itself to do.
They have to.
They have to, right?
I'm curious.
I mean, we've seen other pops where they've done this before, but I don't know what the reasoning behind it is, because it is on their pop movies. So I did not notice that though right away.
I feel the thing that made me like think of it is like there's so many Screams. They probably didn't want to just say Scream because this is Scream 2, 3, yada yada yada. I thought it was a cool move. I was like, oh, I wonder what makes sense of that. I love how you're saying how people are complaining about it. Like, that's one thing that pisses me off about a lot of Funko people, dude. Like, but like Migs is a hardcore fan, and like that looks like Ghostface. Like, if you're complaining about it, you're probably not a big fan, because the first thing I thought was like, oh wow, this is super detailed. I knew people were getting upset they were going to make a new one, but like this is so different. That's like one thing I actually do love about this one. It does not take away from the grail of the OG at all, in my opinion. I don't know how familiar you are with it, Trey, but like, what do you think?
Well, so I'll be honest, I'm not a huge horror fan, but Carly is, and Carly's always sending me like links of the old one, and I'm like, it's not $20, Carly. I know it's not $20. It's a fake. So like, obviously, I you know, she'll send me stuff, and we've even gone to like a local store here, and they have fakes. So I'm like, oh look, that, and it actually pointed out. So looking at the old one and seeing pictures and seeing this one, like, I like this one a lot. I know Carly, as soon as she saw it, she's already sent me like, I don't know, so many posts like, hey, this is coming out. Have you seen it? She's just like Migs. Like, she's a huge horror fan. And I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, I'll definitely pre-order for you. But yeah, I think it looks good. Honestly, I do agree that it looks better than the old one, especially the 10-inch with the blood. I don't know if the regular one is going to have blood on the knife, but the 10-inch with the blood, I think that looks good.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for it. I like that it is a little bit of a change. Like, I was actually very worried when the first announcements came out, because I was like, I don't want them to do another screen pop. Like, that Ghostface one just like was the best. And again, it's the only character from Scream, by the way. We've had that conversation. Like, there's no other characters that they've ever come out with. So I didn't want them to redo it and have it be the same. So I like I said, the details way more in depth in this, whether it's just the actual hood and the whole robe and the details in that and the knife. Everything just looks more, obviously the other ones is very OG, which we knew those have a certain nostalgic look that we love anyways. But I was looking through, like, I've been looking through some comments and stuff like people are saying, and like someone was asking about the Ghostface title, not Scream. Someone did put, I don't know how true this is, but they put like that this is supposed to be like the costume, like the character Ghostface, not like the movie. Even though it's under pop movies, I don't know if that person would be right because it says that, but that's kind of an interesting take on, like, this is just the character. It's not the movie, and then that's the character from the movie. If that makes any sense?
Yeah.
So it could be something along those lines, because I feel like they've done that with other type of pops, that sometimes it doesn't go by the movie. It'll just be the character that's, that it actually is portraying. But yeah, other people are kind of mad that obviously there's no other pops besides the Ghostface. I've seen a lot of people talking about that, but everyone kind of loves the OG one. But one person did say, and it's funny that you said this, it says like the only Funko fans that would complain. No, that's not the one about the title, but it goes, people that are complaining are the ones that overpaid for the original. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny people are saying that, because basically it probably happened a lot. But yeah, this was definitely one of those pops. It was like one of the highest faked pops. Like, there's just so many of them. But I'm just excited that we're getting a new one. Honestly, I love it. The 10-inch is just, that's my thing. Even if it was exactly the same in a 10-inch, which is usually what they do, they didn't do that. So like, I like that it's different. And even the other one, I don't mind it. The fact that but if you guys are actual fans, look at an actual Scream mask, and you'll see that this does look more like the real one. The only thing that this doesn't have, and it's because it's a Funko Pop, is that they always are more round. Obviously, the Scream mask is longer, and they can't really get that with a pop head. But I mean, come on, I think this is sick, and I'm glad that we're getting. Hopefully, we get that soda finally, and maybe some other variants. And if they want to do other Scream characters, like, they totally can. I'm just surprised they haven't by now. I don't think they're going to at this point, honestly, if they haven't by now. But yeah,
I feel like you got to get, I know you're going to get the 10-inch, but you get the 10-inch and then you bring it to the cons that you go to, and anyone who's been under the mask, you get them to sign that 10-inch box.
And on the 10-inch would be better, yeah, because I always thought about that with the regular one that I have. Obviously, the OG one would probably be the one to get signed.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this is going to mess with the value at all. I don't think having these come out is going to mess with that. If anything, those fake ones sometimes mess up the damn value. But I've been so like back and forth on like, who would I get to sign this if I could only get one person? Because there's obviously so many different people I can get. And I've even gone back and forth, just going with the OG and going with, the top two would be the obvious one. But if you do the 10, it's like, yeah, you can get a bunch of people to sign that. That'd be pretty cool. But that'd be pretty tough and pricey, I'm sure, at the same time. But,
but it could be something you do over a long time.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, that 10-inch, I got to see when it comes out. I need to get it.
I'm going to change it up and go from extremely not family friendly to very family friendly, of something that I was pretty excited about. They announced new Sesame Street Funko Pops, and it's kind of along the same line as the OG Ghostface. We really only have like OG Sesame Street Pops. We just got one at Target Con, an Elmo one, but besides that, like, there are no modern day Sesame Street Funko Pops, which I think is crazy. I think these are super cool. We're getting an Elmo with Tango, which is like Elmo's dog. We're getting a Cookie Monster, an Abby one, which there's never been an Abby Funko Pop, and then a Bert and Ernie 2-pack. I mean, Sesame Street just for me is nostalgic. My kids like it. I just think they're cool to collect. These are ones that, it's funny. My son's always like, I want Sesame Street Funko Pops. So, well, I'm not getting you those. He doesn't understand. Like, I'm not getting you these like Grail Sesame Street Funko Pops for you to rip out of the box. So these are like a perfect opportunity for him to have them and for me to collect with them. And I just think it's cool that I guess they got that license back.
Yeah. How many do they have in like the original set? Is it just like the very 4 or 5 main ones?
I think they're I don't know off the top of my head, so don't quote me, but I mean there's a few more than the main characters. I think they were comm pieces at one point. There's even like a Bert and Ernie, Freddy Funkos from Fun Days, which are super sick. But like I said, they have not touched Sesame Street in like a really long time.
Yeah.
I've always thought it was weird that they didn't.
Yeah, so that's definitely pretty cool. Obviously, Bert and Ernie having a 2-pack makes sense. That's an awesome little set. I think the Abby Cadabby is a pretty cool one because my daughter actually likes that character, so that's pretty cool to see that. I'm not like I like Sesame Street. She's a fan of it. She doesn't ever really watch it. Like we've been to Sesame Place, but she only knows the characters just kind of like randomly, but never actually like sat and watched Sesame Street. I mean, I'm sure like us when we were younger, it was definitely a big thing compared to like nowadays. You see it here and there, there's like animated, there's like different versions and stuff.
It's not the same, but
yes, it's not the same, but it is cool. There still is the Sesame Place Park, obviously, which is
I feel like they lend well to the Funko Pop look too, which makes them cool.
Yeah, the eyes. I mean, big round eyes are always like perfect to have. But yeah, they should make these all flock though. That's
agreed.
I agree. I agree with that.
That'd be the best way.
That'll be the con one. So you have to buy another.
Yeah.
Of course. As always. What do you got, Trey? What is something that kind of stuck out to you?
For the Sesame Street ones or just in general?
Yeah,
in general.
Move on. Just another.
So I did see that. I don't know if it's true. I haven't really seen too much from like Diz Strikers or anybody, but I did see that there's going to be more TMNT Pops.
There's always more TMNT Pops these days, I think.
Yeah.
It's a good time for you to be a fan.
Yeah. So I did see that there was going to be a Leonardo meditating, Donatello with napkin, Raphael with coat, Michelangelo with sausage nunchucks, and Spirit Splinter. That's going to be an exclusive. So nice. I'm excited for all of those for sure, especially the Spirit Splinter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm agreeing with you. I know you're the Turtles guy, but even though I'm really wearing a Ninja Turtle shirt right now, but I feel like they're milking Ninja Turtles these days. Yeah. I think you're going to be getting like, you probably thought you weren't going to have to collect that many Funko Pops anymore, but now they're just making them.
Yeah, because
it's ridiculous.
Because at one point there wasn't really much. There was like a good span where there wasn't, too many.
Not gonna lie, I almost feel like that's why they haven't done the NFTs, if I'm being honest with you, is because they want to make a bunch of these lines for like just mass produced lines, and then when it's not as popular anymore, we're gonna get the NFTs again.
Yeah, those NFTs, dude. Eventually, I'm gonna finish that set, but hopefully they do the NFTs pretty soon, but maybe towards the end of the year, so I can save up for that.
Yeah, I like the little set that they have. So I'm assuming these are like from the movie, right?
Yeah.
Because obviously the Raphael one in the coat, like, in the hat and everything, like that one's like cool. Everyone knows that. But like Donatello with a napkin, like that's so random. Like, come on.
The nunchucks, sausage nunchucks.
Yeah, that one's funny. But it's a little bit of a reach with some of them. But like Charlie said, they love coming out with stuff, and if they have so many different versions that they can do, they're just gonna do it. So obviously we're getting more Ninja Turtle stuff, but I don't mind some of that stuff from Ninja Turtles though.
Agreed.
Me neither.
But ton of stuff was on this like leak list stuff. I mean, I know a lot of that stuff. I guess we can keep going with some of those. You know, not to go back to
The
Batman.
leaks are pretty exciting in my opinion.
Not to go back to Batman, but there's a lot of Batman stuff that was also leaked in this announcement, and I can run through them pretty quick. But we have specific ones that are patchwork. So we have Batman, Catwoman, Joker, and Harley Quinn. It looks like it's like, I don't know exactly what they're. Is it the game or it's like I don't know. It looks like, is patchwork what those like?
Dude, I think they're gonna look like they're made out of patches, like it's some BS art series thing. And
art series.
I'm just using that as an example. Like,
I was gonna say, is it like the ones that look in that comic booky, like that Star Wars they make? Like, is that what that's called, or no? Because I've
never heard that term used before.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't either, and I'm just kind of confused on like what this is gonna mean. But I mean, you're getting like the pretty generic characters, and we'll see what that's going to be. We're going to get a 2-pack of the 1966 Batman and Joker, which obviously that's a really cool. There was actually a leak of the actual molds.
Those look sick.
Yeah, because at first it was just kind of like, like what it's going to be. And then now we're getting the mold. This is obviously the Caesar version of Joker, and Adam West as Batman. This hilarious, like over the top comic booky style, which is hilarious, but it's just got its own like classic lore to it. And getting a 2-pack of them is great. We've had a ton of Batman Joker-esque type 2-packs in the past. This is going to be an exclusive, so we're going to get that. Then we have a more like Batman original movie Batman. So we're getting a Batman, we're getting a Joker with chattering teeth, we're getting a Vicky Vale. Then there's going to be a couple of deluxes: Batman soaring, Joker on the beach, Batman in the Batcave, Joker at the parade, unmasked Batman. Like, they're clearly going ham with that, and it's a little too much in my opinion. But you always like seeing Batman stuff. Like, obviously I'm a fan of Batman, but that just like seems like they're just overkill, especially like for that version. And then there's one final like DC-ish Batman type thing, and it is a Bane from Arkham Asylum. So there's an exclusive that they're gonna have with that, which that obviously is like the video game version, which that Bane looks very different than a lot of other Banes that were portrayed in like movies or shows or anything. So that's gonna be another one that'll be out there. So yeah, a lot of DC, a lot of Batman. If you're a fan, you got a ton coming. So along with probably more stuff, I'm sure that'll probably come out afterwards. But yeah, that's I'm Pop Migs, and that's your DC news of the day.
I'm going with a very small line. One pop, a new Jack Sparrow Funko Pop.
Oh, nice.
And they're saying it's like the opening of the movie where he's coming in on the Black Pearl.
Yeah, I think it doesn't say it's a deluxe or anything though. So
it doesn't. Quite frankly, in my opinion, it should be. They should kind of take what they do with One Piece and make the Black Pearl the whole ship as a Funko Pop and have Jack Sparrow. And I think that would be sick. But it's looking like it may just be like a smaller Funko Pop. But Pirates of the Caribbean is one of my favorite movies of all time. I know we have some Funko Pops of it. This is kind of out of the blue. I like when Funko does this. But I like that we're getting one. It's like, okay, cool. We're going to get one new Pirates of the Caribbean Funko Pop, not be like, oh, it's the X anniversary for Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's get a million of them. Like, they need to. It's just funny to bring up the Batman. I love Batman too. I mean, it feels like we just had an anniversary for Batman. It must have been the 80th. And they made 1 million Funko Pops for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think with the 85th anniversary, we need another 1 million Funko Pops of it.
Dude, I've already talked about these fake anniversaries that they do.
Yeah.
Any number, they just make it an anniversary.
It's almost like, okay, if you want to do something cool, make a new Batman Funko Pop and make 85 pieces and call it a day. And then it's like that's super limited Funko Pop, but I know they wouldn't do that.
Yeah. That Jack Sparrow would be pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I just got a Jack Sparrow Dorbs in my...
Oh, yeah. So, everyone, we're going to, we have to tell this story real quick. So, obviously, you watched the last episode when Migs finally opened his Dorbs. He got so excited after having that package sit there for 2 years. He went and bought a ton more. 2.5. You went and bought a ton more.
Dude, I went
So-
right back on Gemini Collectibles. If you guys haven't yet and you are looking in the market for Dorbs, and yes, they have tons of soda still, go to Gemini Collectibles. You know, they don't sponsor us, but I'll shout them out. And yeah,
They should be sponsoring us at this point.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just unloaded 20 of their Dorbs, and they came in like 2 days,
Which is
super
crazy.
fast, packed amazing. They always
Tons of
the
peanuts.
boxes, tons of peanuts in the boxes, which I hate. My daughter loves it. I hate it, but everything comes amazing. And yeah, I have a ton of stuff that I have to take some pictures and post some stuff because I got a lot of new Dorbs, and now I have a ridiculous amount of Dorbs just chilling over in the corner of my room. But yeah, Jack Sparrow was one of them, and it looks pretty sick. The one that I got, I'm not gonna lie, it was very exciting to get those.
Trey, any other leaks that you're, even if you're not gonna, I know you may not collect, but that you think are cool?
Yeah. I did see the Deadpool line with the Wolverine photo.
That was my next one.
Yeah.
That one looks, I mean, yeah, dude, that one's going to be pretty awesome. I'm assuming that might come around or come out or be announced when the movie comes out, I'm assuming.
Agreed.
So I think that would be pretty cool. Obviously, everybody knows that meme or whatever, but I would definitely get, I don't collect a lot of Deadpool, but I definitely would get that one. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I agree. I have a few Deadpools, and that would be a good one. And I think like it's so funny because I feel like every meme that Funko has done, because they kind of get into that game, they've been great. Like they're like a great meme first of all, and then like they pull it off. Whether it's like the Homer backing into the shrubs, you know, this is fine, dog. Like they really do a good job of pulling these off, and this one's probably gonna be another one that's gonna be pretty funny to see. And I just want to see what it looks like first of all, because I think that's gonna be hilarious.
I agree.
Because I'm already kind of surprised that this doesn't like.
I want the Wolverine one.
Ryan Reynolds hasn't like done this yet, like with like the obsession that him and Wolverine have going on right now.
Yeah, for promotion.
Yeah, like you would think they would come out with something. And like you said, even the Wolverine version, like the fact that hasn't come out yet for Funko, is a little bit of a miss, because I think that'll be a pretty cool thing to see.
Well,
But
while
yeah,
we're talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, it's a collectible, not a Funko Pop. But what do you guys think of the Deadpool Wolverine popcorn bucket?
Dude, that preview or that trailer, dude, that was so good.
Yeah, the trailer was hilarious.
Yeah, I watched it and I was like, the guys at work were like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh, dude, this awesome popcorn bucket. Y'all haven't seen it?" So they're like, "Oh, dang." That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was definitely great. It was like a perfect way to promote. Like the hype that they have for this movie is so insane.
Feels like the old days for Marvel.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like he's really like carrying Marvel right now.
Yes.
But I saw someone actually posted the picture of that, and then they created like a 3D print version of Deadpool with his mouth wide open, like popcorn bucket, and it was actually kind of funny. But yeah, that thing was wild. I mean, we could stick with Marvel even, because there's a lot of Marvel news, not just DC. So
yeah.
We have a few more comic posters that were going to come out, comic cover ones. Deadpool kills Deadpool, so that actual comic cover. We have Spider-Man 50, and then a Sabretooth cover. Again, some of these are kind of random. Like, why do we need a Sabretooth one? Like, whatever. We obviously already have certain Spider-Man ones and even Deadpool. So, like, I don't know. This line is... It's just sad because these are the ones that are always sitting around in stores.
Yeah,
like
it needs
they just
to die.
don't sell. Like I like love the idea and I get it, but it seems too niche and like it's just not worth. People aren't just buying it. So I don't know why they keep doing it. Hopefully they stop. We're gonna get a Tony Stark. This is a glow in the dark Tony Stark Mark 42 suit up. Exclusive. So it'll be interesting to see what this looks like. Obviously, we've been getting a lot of like these type of Tony pops because we had the most recent one. What was the one that we just
for the C2E2
where he was
when
like
he was getting suited up
like half his body. Obviously we've had him in like getting into the suit, flying in the suit, like all different versions of like Tony getting into damn Iron Man. So like it might be a little too much that we're getting this, but you know, another version's out there. It's going to be glow in the dark. A lot of them happen to be always glow in the dark. So it's not something new and original, but we're getting another one either way. And I think there was something else. Marvel. We're getting another Spider-Man comic cover, which is a black and white Amazing Spider-Man number 70. So they're basically going to do every comic cover of Spider-Man, I think, at this point, because we're getting these rumored, and I don't know, it's a little bit much. And then this one is even worse. We're getting a Rocket Raccoon Guardians comic cover because, you know, who doesn't love a Rocket comic cover? But
I know.
I don't know, man. They're just overdoing the comic covers, and it's funny because it's one of those lines that we thought kind of would go away, I feel like, and it's still around. And personally, like I said, you see them sitting everywhere, so I don't think it's really selling. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this so much, but it's just kind of like, why are they making these random comic book covers? Like, I'll never forget when that first Superman one came out, we were like loving it. And I thought it was such an amazing idea. I wish they made
Batman.
That should have been like, that should have had the lifespan of the diecast, which we loved, but there's not, I can count on both my hands the amount of diecast that came out. That's what comic book covers should have been. And they would be super sick. But speaking of superheroes, it's not a Marvel or DC, but it's a Pixar superhero. We're getting new Incredible Pops.
Yeah, that was one I was going to say too.
Which, like, one of my favorite movies. It's funny. I thought these leaks were pretty fire. There's actually getting me excited for Funko Pops that like are original, and they're not just like, oh, movie's coming out, let's just make a bunch of pops. We're getting Mr. Incredible in his OG suit, same with Elastigirl. So not like the ones that everyone knows them as when they were a family as the Incredibles, when they were superheroes back in the day. An anemone one, fiery glasses, probably don't need a new one of hers. But then a premium Syndrome with Jack as Monster. I think that's going to be pretty cool. Small, not a huge line. Once again, I'm super pumped for these.
Yeah, there's chases too of the.
Oh yeah,
they're
very black and white.
Yeah,
which is interesting though. Everyone loves a good chase, but I'd rather have the color ones.
Yeah, definitely agree. Any other lines out there, Trey, that you?
That was going to be the next one I was going to talk about, but I did notice what was the other one that I saw? Oh, the Merman and Barnacle Boy in the Invisible Boatmobile.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know someone who's going to love that one.
It's going to be a ride. SpongeBob ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a cool one.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of like that. What was it? That one? Was it the Brady Bunch? Where they had...
where it was just that one was funny when there was actually nothing in the box. Sorry, that one was great. I feel like this is I'm curious if this will look like the Invisible Jet for Wonder Woman, where you actually see it and it's clear, kind of just like the Batman NFT pops, or if it will have them just look like they're sitting on the invisible boat. It'll be interesting. I actually think this pop's gonna be funny.
Yeah, they pull them off pretty good. I mean, SpongeBob pops in general, they pull off. There's too many of them, obviously, in my opinion. Yeah. But they just dropped a whole nother wave. Like, besides that one's like a rumored one. There's like officially, and you can pre-order.
Yeah, let's talk about set
of them.
There's
it's ripped pants SpongeBob. He's got a guitar. Krusty Krab pizza SpongeBob. We got a fry cook Games Patrick. He's all jacked up. We got a caveman SpongeBob, which looks hilarious. It looks like Homer Simpson's face. We got a Doodle Bob, which that was pretty cool. A Glove World SpongeBob, which sounds very odd. And then there's a bunch of plush. So, Squidward, SpongeBob, Patrick, Crab. Like, there's all of them coming out in, like, plush form as well. So there's like a ton, and then we're even getting some of the what are they called, the little minis,
mystery minis,
the mystery minis. Yeah,
basically the entire set I just said is coming out in mystery mini, along with a couple other random ones. Like he's holding burgers in one. There's a Squidward one, another like Patrick one. So
we're also getting a Mocking SpongeBob, which is Hot Top exclusive. We're also getting a Funko Shop exclusive one that I don't think we're in that list that you just said.
Oh,
They
yeah, I
just
was gonna say.
there's more and more.
Oh yeah, mocking SpongeBob Hot Topic. Yeah, Jesus. So yeah, SpongeBob there's gonna be a lot. Funko Shop exclusive. That one looks ridiculous. Like I don't know. I'm a fan of SpongeBob, but not like no. I don't have any SpongeBob pops. I don't need any SpongeBob pops. But yeah, SpongeBob. If you're a fan, you got plenty coming. They're not gonna make them into NFTs, I don't think, but they are making them
Agreed.
in these crazy waves.
I would like the original SpongeBob Funko Pops and like call it a day. Because I mean, I do like SpongeBob, but this is going back to what I was just saying about the Incredibles. We got a nice 4. We probably didn't even need those 4. Maybe just the 2 Mr. and Mrs. Incredible in their original suits. Like the reason Funko's doing this is people actually do ask for SpongeBob Pops all the time. But what they should be doing is like, we get one here or there. It makes that one drop exciting. They probably could also drop them all on Funko Shop and they would sell out. Not just like a million commons all at once. Like I don't know what they're doing now that we're talking about this. Like I just don't.
It's definitely a line that's just getting out of control.
Yeah.
I mean, they have enough like to use, like whether it's like episodes and seasons and certain moments that they can do it, but it just kind of seems like it's a little overblown. But another wave. Let's talk about this line because this is a line that I think I love it, and they kind of do overdo this one as well because there's a few different versions of it. It's the Universal Monster stuff. So we have like the OG stuff, which are like, grails, hard to get some of them. They redid them again. They came out like with Walgreens exclusives, a lot of them. They even changed the font on the Universal Monsters, like on the top compared to the old ones. And now we're getting basically the ones that we've already had with Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Gilman, and Dracula. And they're being like basically done in the best way to say it is like that like comic retro.
Yeah, this is like that Star Wars line that you were talking about before.
Yeah. So like, we've had it in the Star Wars. We've had it in Marvel and DC, I think too, right?
Yep.
We've had them like randomly.
Disney,
it's weird. I love the way they look. They look super cool. They look like they should be glowing in a black light, but they're not. So don't think that these are black light. The boxes as well look like they should be, but they're not. But I think these actually kind of fit well, like with the color schemes and stuff that they go with. So they're really cool if you're fans of this. I like Universal Monster stuff, so I usually get stuff like this. I don't know if I will or not exactly get them, but like I don't mind them. I don't think they look terrible. And then I saw somewhere else that there was going to be potentially another character. Oh, the Wolfman
Funko Shop exclusive.
Yeah, Wolfman was going to be the Funko Shop exclusive version, and same kind of thing. He was going to look kind of like where he doesn't look as much as like this whole like retro comically look as the other ones do. But I don't know. Are you guys fans of this look or this set of?
I think kind of cool. Like Walgreens wasn't a fan though. They said no this time.
Yeah, clearly not. Walgreens loves these except for this set.
It's funny. I think the boxes look really cool.
Yeah, they are.
At least they changed those up. I actually like them. I don't have any of the monsters in my collection. I may get these or get like the Dracula one per se.
I think they're like cool. The Frankenstein one is probably my favorite of the bunch, and maybe the Dracula.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing here. The Frankenstein is definitely one I like. The boxes look good too. Honestly, I like the different boxes.
The colors on the side are cool. Like how they're different compared to who the character is. Like that part's awesome.
Yeah, I like them.
Nice.
One thing that I want to say, a new sports pop, which we know we love the sports pops here, but though I thought this one was uncalled for. We got a Lou Gehrig Funko Shop exclusive, and all they do is change the color of his jersey. Like
that was the difference.
That's the only difference.
What was the first one? The pinstripe one?
Yeah.
So now he's just away.
And then the chase was him in gold,
black and gray. Oh, the gold,
which I actually have both of them.
I mean, it came out on obviously Lou Gehrig day,
which was nice, but it should
So,
have
like,
had like a
so like that
sticker.
made sense. But yeah, it should have been more special. Should have had a sticker. Should have been like something, maybe him hitting or something. Like this is literally the same exact one that they had before. No,
Yeah, like
him fielding and
exactly.
everything.
It should have been hitting, or this should have been the only one.
Or him standing saying a speech.
Oh, that would have been sick.
Like when it, like all the big reason why we always think of, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I don't mind these, like the look of like how, because like the hat, like you could tell that's such an old, like they pull it off.
I collect
but yeah,
all the old
100%.
ones. I mean, I hate the Yankees, but I have this one.
Yeah.
100% agree with you though. That's like, it's
Agree.
a little lazy on like how they
Well,
came
the
out
one
with it.
thing Funko should be doing, which I don't understand why they don't, the chase for sports Funko Pop should be the other jersey, not like a color variant of it being gold or silver.
Yeah, we've always said that.
And and they just continue to double down and like never do that. And I don't think that they're, I don't know. We've talked about this all the time. Sports Pops, how popular are they? I don't think they're as popular as we would like them to be. So why not just add the chase instead of next year coming out with the same? Like I have two. I mean, I bought them, but like I have two Pete Alonso Funko Pops. It's the same pop wearing a different jersey, and within a few months, it'll be useless in my collection anyway. So it's just kind of like, why are we still doing this? But that's my sports tangent. I had to get one in.
Yeah, I agree. Though it's a little chaotic. And I did want to bring up the 2-pack, the One Piece. Obviously, it was like pretty popular, sold out, hot topic. But same thing like they've always done. It sells out, and then now we're gonna get another like special sticker edition version, which is a restock that's still gonna come out somewhere else. It's just not gonna be like the original hot topic version. I guess online they only like uploaded 3,000, so again,
dude, that sold out
number
like instantly.
Yeah, minutes like that, which makes sense. But then people were going to the actual hot topics as well, because it was one of those type of thing where you were able to. I think I saw a couple people put videos. They were saying like their hot topics had like 4 or 5 or 6. Like it was super limited. So I was obviously very hyped up when there was obviously chase option, which is the 2 characters all beat up, which is pretty cool to see, and something a little different. And you know, it still shows that there's a lot of hype with One Piece. I know we kind of talked about it before, where it was like, you know, some of the other like My Hero Academia and all these like animes that were like
Demon
big
Slayer
with Funko for a little while. Like they can still come out with Funko Pops, but like One Piece Funko is where it's just been wild, and it's still continuing to be so. And this is a whole nother example of like a drop that came out, and it was something that was still very, very.
It's exciting. Like it makes it like feel collectible again. Like I wish more. Like today, yesterday, the 2-pack on for the Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul. I want that for my collection, but I know I mean, I'll knock on wood right now. Like it hasn't sold out. Like I know I don't need to go get that. Probably get marked down sooner rather than later. I've like learned that I'm not going to waste my money, but like I do wish that we weren't in a world where that is a thing. It was like that's where the One Piece stuff does make it super cool. Like I hate paying shipping on Funko, but I do like One Piece now. So when I will try to get that one and check out, like even just that right there, it's fun.
Yeah, it's been exciting when it comes to like seeing like these cool one-off drops that are building excitement and stuff behind some stuff. But I think both of you guys are Stranger Things fans, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So we got some Stranger Things stuff, and it was hilarious. I think that's what I sent you guys was the most perfect example of like
couldn't be more true.
Basically, like we're like, bam, Funko kills it with this like drop of Stranger Things. We get the Murray. We talked about these 2 specifically.
Yes, we did.
But we get the Murray. Now we actually see what he looks like. He's in like the same like suit with the like gun and stuff that we already had in the past. But with a Murray, which we didn't have in a pop form, which I love. And then that Max at the Cemetery is so awesome. It's a moment. It's a huge moment. I was wondering how they were going to pull this off. It looks
It's
great.
perfect.
It's so sick with her like levitating up, knocked it out the park. Keep it moving. No, Funko said, "Bro,
Sherbert.
hold my ice cream cone, bro. Hold my ice cream cone. We're about to just come out with the worst set I have ever seen." And it is, of course, the special Scoops Ahoy Stranger Thing Pops, which are like ridiculous because obviously Scoops Ahoy is from the show. They work at the ice cream shop. It's Steve and Robin. Cool. But these things are like Sherbet Surprise is what they're called, which sounds ridiculous. There's like an ice cream cone at the top. It literally says Scoops Ahoy under Stranger Things. Like, there's no such real thing as Scoops Ahoy, right? That was made up just for the show.
Yeah.
Like, if this was like a Baskin Robbins or something, maybe that would make sense. Or
Like that's where they
Haagen-Dazs.
actually. It's funny you say that Baskin Robbins had an exclusive one for Ships Ahoy when the show
Yeah.
came
Okay,
out.
but see, that makes sense. This is like just showing like that. It's like exclusive to that. The colors are like crazy looking because it's supposed to look like whatever they're sherbet ice cream, and even if it ended there, it wouldn't be that bad. Like if it was like, okay, Steve and Robin, they work there, whatever. We're getting them in these cool little outfits.
No,
But
but
Funko is like, no, there's more. Let's take this Demogorgon and throw sprinkles on it because that's what it looks like. It literally looks like it's a ice cream splattered with sprinkles on it because they took the Demogorgon and they made him in this ridiculous colored sherbet. Ah, dude, I can't even.
Next, they're gonna make
ridiculous.
a Demogorgon popcorn bucket.
Dude, that would make sense. They should have had a Demogorgon popcorn bucket. Imagine seeing that thing. Jeez.
It's just fine. Maybe I don't think this is a hot take with our group, but I don't think Funko's at a point now where, like, I look at a company like Mischief Toys, for example. I'm okay with getting variants of their exact same mold. That is what their like premium vinyl toy company outlook is. Funko doesn't need to do this anymore. Like, they're too mainstream. There's a million Funko Pops. Like, no one wants these variant colors of molds that have already been made when they hold absolutely no value, limited ability. Like, there's nothing special about them.
So weird. Like, we already hate it when they do glow and metallic. Like, that's already too much. But when you're literally doing the same pop, because these obviously all exist, and you're just painting it different for no reason. Because if it had actual like reason to why it's a certain color, that would make sense. But I don't know. I don't even know. Are people like liking this thing?
There's no way.
Someone's like, did the machine run out of color? So they decided to sell the pop as is. It literally looks like a printing didn't go through. Oh,
almost like a proto. Almost like a proto a little bit, just with color.
I try and give Funko grace because I've been collecting for so long, but seriously. Oh my gosh. Someone's like, they should have made more blacklight ones instead.
Trash. Why though? This is stupid AF.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's weird. And it's like plastered with the Scoops Ahoy, the ice cream cone behind the number, the Scoops Ahoy sticker sherbet surprise at the bottom.
This is going to be a great Gazzlecast tonight.
Oh man. Oh yeah, this is 100% what they're talking about right now. It's definitely surprised I haven't seen the thumbnail come up already. Jeez. What a mess.
Ooh.
But
man.
Yeah, what a week of stuff, huh?
Oh. Yeah, what about that honeycomb monster? That's a scary looking Funko Pop.
Honeycomb monster. I don't think I remember seeing the honeycomb monster like itself.
I don't think I knew it was a monster. I don't know.
Yeah, they love doing those ads. Yeah, they threw a couple random ones. We did get an Etch-a-Sketch too.
I think that one looks pretty cool.
Yeah, cool, I liked that one. That one looked pretty good.
Yeah, that one looks cool.
Like how they like digitized like the eyes and made it like,
exactly,
because you obviously couldn't make perfect circles with that thing. But yeah, a lot of stuff. Some good, some bad, some in between, some what the hell. Definitely a typical week, I guess, now for Funko, because it seems like that's
at least we got good though, and we got some pretty good.
Yeah, we definitely got some stuff to talk about, some stuff that we're excited for, some stuff that can't wait to see in person. I'm definitely the most excited for that Ghostface for sure. I'm excited for the next week's NFT drop. We'll be getting packs for sure. You're gonna get some. I'm assuming, right, Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I want to because I want to get that royalty. So I was like, I want to get at least complete the set and hopefully see what I can pull. If I get that ultra, cool, because it's whatever I like. It's Batman.
It's Batman.
It's like, of all of them, like that, and then the like Alfred's like whatever, Robin maybe, but the Nightwing, I don't care too much for the female ones, the Batgirl, Batwoman ones.
Come on, Migs.
I mean, I'm not a fan of them. Not because they're females. I love females.
I know.
I love females. I love Caitlin Clark. Let's just throw her in there. Let's add to the controversy. But yeah, I don't mind it. But I don't know. We'll see what I get out of the set. Who knows? I'll probably pull just a Batgirl and a Batwoman. Just because it's my luck. But yeah. Other than that, I mean, we had some other stuff, but I think we could probably
I think
end it there.
It's a good spot to end it.
We'll bring up
there's
stuff
like you said,
Hopefully
good, bad, ugly, but we got some stuff.
We got more lines and more things that we could keep talking about. But most importantly, let us know your thoughts. Make sure you guys definitely like this video, share it with other people, get it out there. Make sure you guys are commenting. We love seeing some comments, and hopefully you guys are excited for some of the stuff that we're excited for. Maybe you're excited for some of the stuff we're not excited for. Let us know down below if you are excited for the ice cream pops that you're gonna get.
Well, it's funny.
Stranger Things.
My cousin Anthony, who's a big fan of ours, he's a Stranger Things completionist. Anthony, let us know. Is this the finally when you're not a completionist, or will you have to get these and just put them in your collection?
You kind of have to get them, bro. You have to get them. Hang them up in your ice cream parlor. But yeah, that's going to be episode 101. Another fun episode with the guys. I mean, hope you guys enjoyed this one. And we got plenty more to come. Hopefully we got some more great news for next week. But let everybody know where to follow us. Charlie, you can let everybody know.
I'll do it right this time.
We'll keep it going. Yeah, don't.
The pressure's on.
No, yeah.
You guys didn't hear it last time. Charlie got tied up on a couple underscores.
Yeah, so I know.
Tongue
at
twisters.
Collector Chatter. You can find us on Instagram, and then you can find me at Collector_Charlie, at Pop_Migs, and at STX_Collectibles. Got them all in there correctly this time.
Let's go.
Let's go. So you should be following us on Instagram. You saw we had some new shorts this week. We're going to have more shorts coming. So as you know, you better hit that notification bell so you know when new stuff comes out. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, definitely subscribe to this channel. What are you doing if you haven't subscribed yet? Like, dude, it's free. Just hit that subscribe button. It's free. Also, shoot down some comments. We've been getting some comments again. We like that. Like this video. And, as always, collecting is the way. Until next week, later.
Later. Peace.